Tonight on The Edge, a disgusting act by a local doctor.
He's accused in what's being called a sexual advance gone wrong. Fox News' Jessica Dubnak reports.
He used his title as a physician to prey on a 76-year-old woman, forcing himself on her, then allegedly pulling his penis out. It makes you wonder, are his patients at risk too?
You never know who you're going to meet.
Sometimes you think you're meeting a doctor today, but he ends up masturbating in your family room instead.
You know, the circumstances are definitely odd.
Odd, yes, and criminal too. Dr. Stephen Mason now facing 2 misdemeanors for what he allegedly did to a 76-year-old woman he met on Facebook dating. He is 22 years her junior. The two chatted and he offered her a ride to an appointment. His white lab coat helped sell it to the victim, who agreed. After the appointment, she let him come to her Sterling Heights home.
She goes, okay, well, let's go back to my place and, we can hang out for a little bit and visit. And then upon doing so, things went sideways.
It definitely went south from there.
He went over to her and attempted to kind of force himself on her, start kissing her. She rejected the advances.
He stopped, kind of, but police say the creepiness continued.
And then ultimately, he decided to take it upon himself to, in her family room to start pleasuring himself right in front of her.
The elderly victim couldn't believe what the 54-year-old doctor was doing and kicked him out, then immediately went to Sterling Heights PD.
I hate to see it happen to any other female out there, so, she did the right thing. She brought it forward, and now he'll be held accountable for what he's done.
Stephen Mason does have a valid license as a medical doctor in Michigan. He's listed on Google as practicing in Southfield. Police say it's possible there are other victims out there. He's out there too, out on a $1,000 personal bond.
My warning really is just be careful who you meet on social media. You never know who you're going to encounter. Definitely could be a wolf in sheep's clothing.
He has 2 charges, a misdemeanor for assault and aggravated indecent exposure. If he's convicted of that second one, he could spend 2 years behind bars. Jessica Dubnak on The Edge.
Well, Canton father out for a stroll when he's gunned down in his own neighborhood.
His neighbor accused of pulling the trigger is now charged with first-degree murder. The suspect, Devereaux Johnson, also facing weapons charges. The judge denied bond today and sent him back behind bars. His defense attorney requested a competency hearing. Police say Johnson got into an argument with the victim, Nathan Morris, on Saturday when things took a deadly turn.
Well, Saturday I was in my house and I heard the gunshots. So the murder on Cornell happened about 100 yards away from me.
Morris leaves behind a wife and 2 young daughters. He worked at Ford as an engineer and recently got into politics, where he was affiliated with the Michigan GOP in Wayne County.
A West Bend woman is facing multiple charges, accused of purposely crashing her SUV into several parked cars. You can see it was caught on this camera here, injuring a man standing nearby. The chaos unfolded Saturday evening on Wildwood. Witnesses say the woman intentionally drove her SUV into cars parked on the street and in driveways, even smashing a vehicle through a garage door. We're told the force of the crash threw one man under his vehicle, severely hurting his legs. Police believe the driver was intoxicated. She has been arrested and is expected to be arraigned tomorrow. Detroit police seeing a big decline in violent crime across the city.
Yeah, we're told murder, rape, robbery, and aggravated assault all down in the first half of this year. According to the Major Cities Chiefs Association, Detroit recorded 103 homicides during the first 6 months of 2024, and that's compared to 123 during the first 6 months of last year. Rape crimes down 16%. Aggravated assault also seeing a drop by 8%, and robberies in Detroit down 27%. A stretch of I-94 is back open tonight in Wayne County after a crash involving several semis. Around 2 this afternoon, 4 semi-trucks were involved in the crash. For much of the day, the freeway was closed at Greenfield Road while crews cleaned up. Eastbound 94 opened up again around 10 tonight. We still don't know what caused the pileup. Well, McLaren Health still feeling the impact from last week's cyber attack.
And now one of their employees is reaching out to Fox 2, speaking anonymously. The employee says workers are being asked to use paid time off to cover for missed work. McLaren tells Fox 2 workers no longer have to use their paid time off and can file for unemployment. But the employee still feels they've been done wrong.
We're to use our PTO, then we need to use that, or we don't get paid, or we can file for unemployment. I feel like I'm being punished for something that I didn't do.
McLaren Healthcare issuing this statement saying, quote, those employees who declined or are not able to be reassigned were asked to use PTO for compensation during this temporary downtime. It is unfortunate and regrettable the extent to which this attack has affected operations, including the impact on our dedicated team members, end quote. Well, turning now to the weather, expect pleasant summer conditions for the next few days.
But things aren't looking so great for the Dream Cruise. Weather Authority Rich Litterman taking a look. Well, at least maybe you'll be inside the car. It'll help.
A little iffy later this week, Taryn and Rupin. We're going to show you why. No big storms anywhere across the lower 48. Certainly some active weather for the Intermountain West in the Four Corners region. But around here, pretty nice stretch continues. We did have a couple of isolated showers that developed this afternoon for Jackson and Lenawee counties. You can see them right there, and then they fizzled out as they moved down into Ohio. But for the rest of tonight, it is quiet for Chicago, Traverse City, Saginaw, Toronto, down to Pittsburgh. We're also watching our latest tropical storm, Ernesto, on its way to San Juan in Puerto Rico, making landfall there late Tuesday night. Now, thankfully, this is not going to be a big storm when it crosses Puerto Rico, and then perhaps moving in the direction of Bermuda for late week. We'll be watching Ernesto right now. Top winds only 40 miles per hour. There's that flood warning. It continues around Hamburg and Orr Lake with the high water from last week's rain. Thankfully, those river levels are going to start to fall. Here are the daytime highs today. 82 for us in Chicago, 84 in Green Bay, Toronto a bit cooler at 75. How about the numbers at the airport? 56 this morning. It was chilly to start the day. 82 the afternoon high. There are the records, 99 and 46. Right now, 64 in Howe, 70 Mount Clemens, City Airport 72. Look at cool spot, Ann Arbor, 57 degrees right now. Not a whole lot of wind. We did have a breeze from the west to northwest today, but there's a lot of green on the map for the middle part of August for Ludington, Fort Wayne. There's Buffalo at 68, Marquette, Michigan in the UP, 63 degrees. But high pressure keeps us high and dry for the next few days. Eventually, we're going to see low pressure come at us from the Rockies. That'll be for Friday and Saturday. Comfortable tonight, down to 62 on average. For tomorrow, back to 82 degrees. A good-looking Tuesday with low humidity. And then right there is the 7-day forecast. Friday and Saturday, it's going to be showery around here. No all-day soakers, but certainly we'll need to keep your umbrella handy. There's the Dream Cruise Saturday, a high of 79. Rupin Taryn, a full check starting at 4 a.m.
All right, thanks so much. Tomorrow, Detroit kicks off a brand new pilot program free to the public.
The Connect, a driverless shuttle, will be offering rides along a 10-mile route. Fox 2's Dave Kitchen gives us a closer look.
Getting around downtown Detroit is about to get easier with the start of the Connect AV shuttle service firing up its operation Tuesday morning. And soon it will be driverless.
I heard this morning and I was curious about it, and I got some more insight. I'm anxious to see how it goes.
RJ says he can't wait to give the new ride a spin, adding that it will help him avoid some of the hassle that comes with commuting downtown.
I'm gonna be a good candidate. Every time I go downtown, I get a ticket, so I need to leave my car home.
Officials with the Connect AV shuttle service say it will be fully electric, wheelchair accessible, and by the way, absolutely free. The shuttles will operate on a 10.8-mile two-way route linking key parts of the city from Corktown through downtown Detroit to the East Jefferson riverfront and back.
Yeah, it's something new. It'd be something different to try.
Yeah.
And when people don't have transportation, like he said, it's hard with parking. A lot of parking areas is restricted. So that would help people get around to getting all around downtown like they need to.
This will all begin as a pilot program. City officials said the shuttles will start out manually operated to test everything and make any tweaks where needed before additional functions are added, making them fully autonomous.
I think it's an amazing idea. I think it's a great result.
Rita Cazares manages McShane's Irish Pub and Whiskey Bar in the heart of Corktown. She says she just now learned about the added attraction linking her part of the city with other hotspots. She welcomes the boost in foot traffic that it may bring.
I hope it means positive things, of course. Everyone wants to make a stop right in the middle of the trip. That would be great. I think it would be a definite bonus for us.
Well, the city of Detroit says this whole project is really a big step towards zero emissions when it comes to public transportation. Funding came from the state of Michigan, Bedrock, and Michigan Central, among other partners. In Corktown, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Teen from Grosse Pointe gets the opportunity of a lifetime. 15-year-old John Agnello met his hero, Detroit Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, today at Lions training camp. He also received a brand new jersey with a signature from the star. Last month, Agnello rescued a woman after she drove her car into the water at Lakefront Park in St. Clair Shores. Aside from his heroic actions, what he was wearing caught St. Brown's attention.
Someone sent it to me and was like, "Did you see what just happened? He just saved the lady that was drowning in your jersey." I was like, "No way! Like if I'm saving, so I'm taking everything off and going in." Left the jersey on. So just him being, an amazing person to this world, and him doing it in my jersey is awesome to see.
Oh, how great it really is. Agnello and his family also scored tickets to the Lions season opener.
Well,